What is up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time, and today's already the return of Kuro no Kiseki 2, otherwise known as, hold on, I got this. Otherwise, no, damn, I wasn't have it ready. Damn it. Otherwise known as Trails Through Daybreak 2. A big shout out to my moderator, Tornhire, for listing all those so I don't have to ever get confused ever again. The saga is over. No more, let's just say, other game confusion. This is Trails Through Daybreak 2, Kuro no Kiseki 2. The two songs we're going to be hearing today are Hardboiled Shortcake, great name, and Regain the Administration Command Battle, both from Falcom music channel, which I was also told is not the official channel, so that's surprising. But anyways, let's get to it. Also, requested by Cyrus Bright, which I just found out has their own YouTube channel, so go check them out. I don't know what they do, but check them out. Okay, so let's get into it. We're starting with Hardboiled Shortcake. I don't know what that is. I don't know baking terms. Let's go. I need this. I just need more of this in my life. Persona fans smiling ear to ear right now. Falcom fans ear to ear. Video game music fans smiling ear to ear. This is sick. This is so cool for so many reasons. I don't even want to hear the next song. It's gonna ruin it. Every instrument sounds incredible. Crystal clear. Just give me a second. I'm trying to think of like where to start. First things first, I just noticed that the thumbnail, it's The Legend of Heroes, the main series. I knew that. Kuro no Kiseki 2, Crimson Sin. I did not see that. And from the description here, they do have a question mark, so they don't even know, but it says composer Shuntaro Koguchi? Question mark, so they don't know. But it does, of course, say Falcom Sound Team JDK. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in my last video for Falcom. I'm pretty sure I said something along the lines of, do they ever do anything besides like metal and rock? I feel like I said that. I don't know if it was recent or semi-recent, but I feel like I said that somewhat recently. There's my answer. And not only did they not do that style, but they nailed another style. Man, I think that like the low-hanging fruit would be like to compare it to Persona or something, but obviously this music has existed long before Persona like made it kind of like a normal thing to have in games. For example, the first thing that came to mind actually was Toe Jam and Earl. I forgot the name of it. It's something Funkotron. It's either Escape from Planet Funkotron or something Planet Funkotron. It's a sequel. I never played the first game, but I've seen what the first game looks like, and it looks really weird. I also have a piece of like debris in my eye, so if you see me blinking a lot of this video, that's why. It might start getting more and more moist. But the second game I played, it's one of those like co-op games, but you can also play solo as like a side scroller. But the whole thing was like early 90s hip hop infused, and there's just beats everywhere, and it's just like, you know, it's very cliche stuff, but it had stuff that sounds a lot like this, a lot. If you are ever, I mean, not like, imagine this, but like in the 16-bit Sega Genesis sound font, you know what I mean? That's what Toe Jam and Earl sounded like to me. It's pretty cool. The soundtrack is really good. I don't even know what's going on here. I don't know what a hard-boiled shortcake is. Let's look that up. Obviously something baking related. If I had to take a guess, because as far as I know, every song I've ever heard from Falcom has been serious. Right, it's a little JRPG. If I had to guess, this is a minigame or some sort of like funny cutscene. Let's just type in shortcake, and then when I think of hardboiled, I think of the eggs. So I'm guessing, I don't know, let's see. I'm literally looking up shortcake on a video game reaction. It's a crumbly dessert with a scone-like texture. Ooh, I never had them, but I've seen them before. It's made from a thick batter that's similar to biscuit dough. The name comes from the English word short, which refers to something made crisp with fat. Oh, okay. And then hard-boiled. I mean, I know the eggs, which are really good. Let me know in the comments if you like hard-boiled eggs, because I know people literally hate them or love them. I very much like them, but I can't have them all the time. Okay, yeah, so this doesn't exist. If I type in the name, only the song comes up on Google. So I don't know why it's called that, but it doesn't matter, because it's such a deviation from everything I've ever heard on anything Falcom that it stands out so hard. But even then, even if I didn't know it was Falcom, it's still a good song. Honestly, the recording quality of that was just amazing, and this is through a YouTube video, you know, so, which is also through this YouTube video, so you can imagine how good it sounds in game. Wow. Oh, I was also told that the difference between Ys and The Legend of Heroes, whereas The Legend of Heroes, or the Trails series, is like a traditional JRPG. The Ys is like a action RPG. So I know that now. But I'm still like mind blown. I could have sworn in that last video I did that I've heard a lot of Falcom games, but apparently I think I've only heard two: The Legend of Heroes and Ys. I don't think I've heard any other games. I don't remember. Anyways, that was great. That's it. That's pretty straightforward. That was amazing. That was cool, and I never expected that at all coming from this series, this developer, anything. That's awesome. Truly. And now I feel like this one's going to be such a dramatic difference because it says command battle, regain the administration. That is, I feel like this is now going to go back into what I know. But I think it's going to be very funny if for some reason, let's say this is someone's first video, like maybe someone decided to watch this video. And like, oh, let's see what, Kuro no Kiseki sounds like. And they hear that as their first impression. And now they're about to hear this, which I'm almost positive is going to be metal. Then that's going to be really funny to me. Last song was fantastic, but this is Regain the Administration Command Battle. Okay. Not quite, but... It seems to be more... It's more colorful. Is this like a newer game? It sounds really fresh. Ooh, no. Yeah, you can hear that element of metal in there. (2022). Sounds a little lighter than what I'm used to from this series, which is fine. It just sounds lighter. But it's cool though, like the vast difference from the last song to this. It's got you covered. I'm a big fan of variety, so. Look at the collar on that jacket. It is all the way up here. I'm gonna take a guess that this is Crimson Sin. Is that it? Is that a violin? It sounded like a violin. So it seems like both of these songs are both like one loop around. Yeah. So when I say it's lighter, I mean, when I think of other Falcom, even some Legend of Heroes stuff, I don't say it sounds heavier, but it sounds a little more thrashier, I guess. A little more, what's the word here? Gritty, Whereas these last two songs have a little bit more color and, I don't know, they seem a little lighthearted. I would say like the closest comparison that just came to mind would be like if the other ones had like a more mature rating soundtrack. This one sounded like a teen rating, I guess. I don't know if that makes any sense. Of course, it could just be like it's wherever the song is playing just happens to fit that, right? Yeah, not a bad thing, just I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting either of these two songs because, like I said, I just said that out of all this Falcom stuff I've heard, it's been pretty, rock and good, like, I don't want to say good energy, but, like it's energetic and pumps you up kind of thing. I think Valentine Castle is like my default thing that my brain goes to because that was the first song I ever heard from any East game, which, and then that one is obviously very, like, pretty intense. But then we just heard, like, this kind of funk, hip-hop fusion thing, jazzy thing with amazing instrumentation into another song where it did have the, like, energy of that metal thing, but of course the guitars are way turned down. They're there, but turned down. And the drums, even the drums sounded kind of like light and I don't know. It's nothing bad that I'm saying. It's just like it feels like a characteristic has been chosen for Kuro no Kiseki 2. But I've only just heard these ones just right now, so I don't know if I've heard any other songs from this game. I can't keep track of that. I'm sure it exists because I have a Falcom playlist that I can just go through. If you know that I have done it, please tell me and save me some time and I can check it. But as you know, if you didn't know, like I confused the naming conventions for years, 2 years. So it just added to the whole confusion of all of it. But I have a little bit more answers now. I know that these are traditional JRPGs, and it's from the Legend of Heroes series. And, you know, there's the Kiseki, and then there's the Trails stuff in the West. So, but what I'm saying is I don't think I've ever heard anything Falcom or anything Trails that sounded like that. It sounded younger and more jubilant, with probably a more emphasis on a varied soundtrack, if I had to take a guess. That's all this really is, anyways, me just taking shots in the dark. You know, all I have is a thumbnail to go off of. Regain the administration. Yeah, I don't know what can come from that. It was cool though, nothing wrong with them. I enjoyed it. It just reminded me more of like a TV opening or something, you know, like an anime opening. That's kind of all I really got. If it is a battle theme, then it sounded more of a battle theme, like against like a rival friend or something. You know what I mean? Something like that. Not like a enemy trying to take over the world kind of thing. If that's the only way I can kind of compare it. Anyways, let me know for sure. Okay, so let me know whatever you want to tell me, and continue on the journey of these Trails games, which there's still a lot of requests for. Falcom is cool. Falcom is cool. I even asked what game I should play, and I got a lot of responses for that. So I still haven't chosen, and I don't know when that's going to happen, but the wheels are in motion at least. Thank you to all my patrons you see here. I couldn't be here without them. Thank you to Cyrus. Thank you to everyone. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. Peace.